Welcome back to That Dad Guy. So, you can't see me, it's at night, it's dark, but I thought this would be the best way to start the video on decorating. You can see the back of the house, or the front of the house here. We've got the traditional white lights going around my veranda, and I'm gonna take you inside and show you how we do it a little differently when we decorate. And then I'll tell you the story about it too. So you can see here, we're coming up on the house. Got ourselves a little wreath on the door. And in we go. Now that we're inside, I'll swing it around. There's the entryway. Before I actually show you the tree, I'm going to show you the decorating process and then do the big reveal. So it takes a very long time to decorate a tree like that. I'm going to tell you the history about the tree in a second. I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll tell you how we got there from where we are now. You can see in the background we've got some things. We've got the Advent truck for the kids, so there we fill that with candy and things they can do each day. Even though they're teenagers, they still want to do it. There's the Advent Star Wars Lego calendar. That isn't as popular as it once used to be. They used to each get one. Harry Potter and a Star Wars one, and then we go at it every day. Now Lego isn't as big a thing in their lives. Still in mine though, I guess. You can see we've got decorations up on the shelf there. But let's flip this around so you can actually see what the tree looks like now. So here we go. Here's the big reveal of what a birch tree looks like, all done up for Christmas. So not your traditional tree, as you can see, and I'll tell you why we do it this way, but I'll give you a chance to have a quick look. It takes hundreds, if not thousands, of decorations to cover a birch tree to make it look all sparkly and nice. And we have all sorts of ones that have different meaning. There's a Lego gingerbread man in there. Every year, my wife and I, because we are married close to Christmas, we give each other a Christmas decoration to mark the occasion. So we guarantee that there's going to be 2 new decorations every year to go up on the tree. So you never know what there is. There's a Chinese food container next to a jellyfish. And one of the nice things I love doing, and our guests like doing, is just come in here and look, see what you can find, what different things are out there. There's so many variety there. There's a piñata decoration there on the, or we've got a glass alligator back. I'm sure just looking at it yourselves, you're going to see there's a pink pig or a Lego Superman over there. There's Tigger from the Piglets. Or how about a TIE fighter and an X-Wing? Or maybe Rudolph's girlfriend. Rudolph's here too somewhere. But we could spend all day just going through this tree and looking at all the different decorations and talking about the different meanings that they have for us. You know, we've got a trumpet down there. You can see it. My son used to play the trumpet, so that went up there. This year, we put up a hedgehog because we've got Polo in our life now. If you look here, there's a Weimaraner, because that was what our dog was before. That was Paige. So we have Weimaraners up there. We have the kids' baby pictures up in things and all sorts. Flip it around here a little bit more so you can see. So we've got some stockings hung there. Or we have our family stockings hung, and some Boyd's Bear nativity scenes, or the kids all waiting for Santa to come down the chimney. We have some beautiful glassware up there that all very Christmassy, and just random knickknacks here and there and everywhere. Whether it's the Santas or the reindeers, we've got some snowmen, some more Santas, and throughout the house we decorate. But this is the room that means the most. We spend our Christmas morning here with the presents under the tree. The presents have yet to be wrapped, so there's nothing under it just yet. We will have the fireplace going on Christmas morning, so we can sit here. This is also the same room that we're gonna raid the night before Christmas, on Christmas Eve. We'll sit here. My wife's parents will spend the night with us, and then on Christmas Day, my parents will come over if they're up to it, and we'll have a nice meal, and my wife's aunt will be here. So it's a small gathering, and with COVID, we're not allowed large gatherings anyways, but it is nice, and that's how we do Christmas. So I hope you enjoy the tree. I'm gonna tell you a bit about why we do it this way, and feel free to comment and tell me your Christmas traditions and whether you've ever seen a Christmas birch tree before versus the traditional green tree that you might see everywhere else. So the Christmas birch tree is a tradition that comes from my wife's side of the family, and it happened with my wife's grandparents. They always had the traditional green tree, and one Christmas morning when Nanny woke up and came downstairs, all the green needles had fallen to the floor, and it was just a bare green tree basically. So she said never again. And so they went into the woods and started cutting down birch trees. And so when my father-in-law was growing up, that's what they had. They had the birch tree, and he carried the tradition on. And so my wife grew up and all she had was the birch tree. And when we got together and started a family, we had a birch tree and a green tree. We had both of them to carry both of our traditions. And just over the years, we did away with the green tree. The birch tree was us. It represented what we wanted, and people really liked it. And I like the unusual. I drive a Fiat 500 as my go-to car on a regular basis, and I got that because no one else in town had one at the time. Now there are a few more around town, and my daughter drives it now that she's of age, so that's the car. I like the unusual, and a birch tree is unusual, don't you think? So that's where the story comes from. It's from my wife's side of the family. We've carried it on as a tradition. My kids have always had the birch tree now as well, so maybe when they're older they'll get the same thing. My father-in-law got permission from the area where we chop it down every year. In order to get a tree like this, you need to get strong branches to hold all the decorations. Now you don't want the big thick branches, so you don't want the tree at the bottom portion of it, and you don't want the tree at the very top where the branches are weak. So really you have to chop down a large tree and take the middle 2/3 of it in order to get a good 8-foot tree. This one here is about 6 feet. I cut it a little short this year by accident, but it happens. It still looks nice. Normally all the branches are going across the top of the ceiling, and you have them all dangling around you. So that makes it special too. It's almost like you're right in the forest with it, with the decorations hanging above your head. So that's the tradition. That's where the tree comes from. Hopefully you enjoy decorating, or the decorating experience with us this time. A little bit of time lapse that we had there. It takes a long time. The time lapse that you saw was just the first day of decorating. It took 3 more days after that to complete everything that we needed to do with decorating around the house and finishing all the decorations on the tree. Part of that too is that you only want to do it for a couple hours at a time. After that it gets monotonous. You have to take breaks. So over the course of about 4 days, a few hours a day, that's how long it takes to decorate to that. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hopefully you enjoy this, and stay safe. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?